Hey guys, welcome back to Thriving Peak. This is Duke or Thane, whatever you decide to call. I go by either. I took Saturday off to reset a little bit, but we're back. We're heading into month 4 of this journey, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm super proud of what's been going on and what we've been building here. The conversations, the growth, the people showing up. I appreciate every single one of you guys. If you really enjoy this kind of content, drop a like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, I'm also relatively pretty nice in Marvel Rivals, so don't be surprised if I've been dropping a few clips now. I'm like, might as well, because what's the point of being this nice if no one gets to see it? You know what I mean? No, I'm playing. But um, but yeah, so I just been dropping some new content in there. Just even if it's like a fun clip that I did, or like a round or something like that. Like I put a couple Gambit things in there too, but just because I'm a gamer at heart, but also I'm a philosopher too. So like that's my shit. So I just somehow decided to mix the two, obviously. But anyways, today I want to talk about self concept and knowing when's your place to actually intervene with things, right? Um, I think it's funny because like on this channel we talked a lot about like superheroes, right? And like I mean, Marvel Rivals is literally about superheroes, and I thought I was a real life superhero for a while, you know. So I had that ego of one. But yeah, heroes really let you know what they think of something. You know what I mean? Like what they think of you, what they think of what you're doing. Um, and I say all that because this past weekend I was around some friends, right? And I, as a parent myself, one thing I usually do, I don't do, I don't tell people how to raise their kids. That's just something that like, hey, I don't talk politics, religion, really. Like unless people want me to, or they invite me to, like obviously settings like this. Um, unless something is clearly harmful, I respect people's households. That's how I move. You know what I mean? Respectfully, right? But there was a moment where the kids had to stop playing and they had to go study, and part of me was like, I mean, like, I didn't necessarily like why stop the fun, you know? Because as kids, they're gonna be like, dude, I I love playing, you know, like or whatever it is. I don't know, but okay, structure, discipline, and consistency. But another part of me was like, they're kids. We're not here every day. Does it really matter if they skip a night? You know what I mean? And that's where it kind of gets interesting, because like both perspectives make sense. On one side, you're building habits that help them long term, right? You're like, hey, no matter what, we built that discipline muscle. We built that muscle that we studied every night, and that's why we have good grades, etc., etc. But on the other hand, you're allowing kids to just be kids at the moment as well, you know? Because being kids, some kids have a hard time going to the bathroom to stop playing. They'd be like, nah, dude, I'll hold it. And they just want to keep playing. I've been there before, you know what I'm saying? Let me know if you've been there in the comments. It's a judge free zone. I'm just playing. You don't have to let me know if you're in the comments. If you don't gotta let me know in the comments if you don't want to, it's fine. But drop a like if you feel me though, because literally there've been times where I've been holding myself because I want to play, which is crazy work. But I mean, at the same time, that's the logic of a kid. That's the logic of a child. We're locked in. You know what I mean? But this is where self concept comes in, because stepping in or staying quiet says a lot about who you believe you are. Right? Are you someone who corrects everything you don't agree with, or are you someone who respects boundaries even when you see things differently? Right? But the real question is, sometimes we don't step in because we're respectful. Sometimes we don't step in because we're uncomfortable, or sometimes we don't step in because we're comfortable. Those are not the same thing. Um, Being uncomfortable is obviously not preferred, but also like it's still it really depends on the person if you're going to be uncomfortable or going to be respectful. You know what I'm saying? And there is a right or wrong answer depending on what the situation is. But again, it's really just something to think about. Not everything that feels wrong is yours to correct. But if something truly crosses your values, then you should have the courage to speak, because there's nothing to fear but fear itself, right? If that makes sense, right? I forgot who said that, but in the sense of, but that's like shaming yourself for becoming human, for being human. But being courageous is doing things despite being scared, correct? But yeah, that could feel uncomfortable. And being uncomfortable doesn't necessarily mean that you're wrong, though, you know? That just means that you're human, like I said. And on this channel, we don't shame that. But as a curiosity, though, when do you step in for situations? You know, when do you feel like you need to step in, and when do you feel quiet? When do you feel like you need to stay quiet? Um, just drop that in the comments and let me know what you guys think. I'd love to hear it. I love to hear more about what you guys think about the perspective. Let me know if I did a good job explaining my perspective. Um, because again, there's one thing I don't do is I don't necessarily tell because there's life is perspective, and that's the biggest thing. I don't have the contents of their life. I don't have the context behind um, like the children's grades, a whole bunch of things. So like again, it takes it's mature of the person to step back and realize the big scope and the grand scheme of things. So let me know what you guys think. I really want to hear you guys' perspective, and I've got more coming. Maybe even some streams. Maybe some streams soon. Really. But for now, I appreciate every single one of you. This has been Thrive and Peak, and have a great day. I'll see you.